Ace of Cups, which is this first card here, is a card that is full of passion. It's basically having your heart filled, and it's joyful. It's full of love. The cups represent heart energy and the emotions. So it's full of love and joy and creativity. It's actually one of my favorite cards. But in the reverse position, it's saying that there may be something that's available to you in terms of a new beginning, but there may be some sort of doubt, fear, or resistance that's going on in terms of you being willing to accept it. You can see in the imagery of the card, I call this card "My Cup Runneth Over," because it means that your heart is so full that you can't just contain it all. You're full of emotion, full of joy, love, passion, creativity. This is like the thing that you want the most, the thing that fills your heart the most. The fact that it's in the reverse position means that there's something that's preventing you from enjoying it, or it's somehow in shadow, or there's something like, it's sort of like getting the best diamond in the world and finding the flaw in it, or that you can smell the cake that's being baked but you can't eat it. So there's something that is keeping what you want, this new beginning that you're going to love, in shadow, or that it's like it's just ready to come to the surface, this new beginning, but it's not having arrived yet. And this actually is confirmed with this card, which is 8 of Wands. So this is a card of everything lining up. Things are 80 to 90% lined up here, and this is like the last piece of information, the last puzzle piece that needs to be unlocked before things complete. And when 8 of Wands shows up, things can happen very quickly. But in the reverse position, what it says is that things are still happening, they're just not happening as quickly as you want. So sometimes this can be delays. And this is a new beginning of your heart being filled, things almost lined up, but things are not happening as quickly as you might like. So this card here, 4 of Swords, says, you might just need to take a time out. You might just need to use this time for some R&R, some rest and relaxation. And it's a time for reflection. It's a time for, it's a soldier that's in battle, and he takes that day, he takes that time off to rest, to fight another day, or be active another day. So if any of you are thinking about taking a time out, taking some time off of work, some time off from your regular routines, now is a good time to do that. It's a good time to reflect, recharge, relax, taking a time out, because things are progressing, but they're not progressing as quickly as you would like. And there is a new beginning available to you. It's just right under the surface right now. It's not coming to you all at once, but the world is trying to hand you something. You may just have to be patient for it. And there's a card here, Judgment, that is asking you to employ forgiveness or acceptance. Is there a way in which you're being overly harsh or critical or judgmental of yourself or someone else? You need to, this is a spiritual fire here that's in Judgment, and this is like leaving the old ghosts of the past behind. That's what's depicted in this card. The fact that it's in the reverse position says you may be having a hard time leaving the past behind. You may be bringing some old baggage, some old stories into the present reality. And you may need to employ some forgiveness towards yourself or others in order to move on to the next phase, because this phase is ending. This is 10 of Swords, which means a certain way of thinking. Swords represent the air element, which is ideas or thoughts. And you can see by the imagery in this card that by continuing the same way of thinking, the same belief system, that it actually kills the person. It actually stops them in their tracks, and they can't go forward any longer. So there's a cycle that's completing here, Pisces. That's 10 of Swords energy. That's what it says, is that you can no longer continue along the same path, along with the same belief systems. That old cycle is wrapping up. And you actually need to look up and out of yourself to see the love that the world wants to hand to you. The 2 cards central here in this reading are 6 of Cups and 4 of Cups. So cups represent emotion and heart energy. So the world is trying to hand you some love. There's actually a Page of Cups here too, which is like new love, infatuation, being willing with your heart. The fact it's in the reverse position tells me something, and I'll share that with you as soon as I'm done talking about these. But Four of Cups, you can see in this card, Four of Cups is someone who is just preoccupied with things how they are, and they miss out because they're so self-contained and so self-reflective that they miss out on the additional cup that the world and the universe is trying to hand to them. They're not seeing the opportunities that are right there in front of them because they're so focused on looking at the foreground in front of them and saying, okay, well, this is how it is, this is how it always is, this is how it's always going to be. So they're kind of just too self-contained. So whenever I see this card, I always say, look up and out of yourself. It looks like there may be someone who can enter your sphere that is going to make you feel like a kid again. This is Six of Cups, and this is sentimentality, innocence. It's one kid handing a flower to another kid. So it's got that freshness, that innocence, that joyfulness. I always think of just kids laughing and sharing. That's what this card is about. Sometimes it can mean sentimentality too, and thinking about things from the past, or looking to the past, or having someone from your past show up. But this is saying look up and out of yourself. There may be love, especially, or things that are going to fill your heart that may want to come to you. You have to make yourself open to it to see it. And that's also what this card is about. This card is Page of Cups. And when this card shows up, I sometimes define this card as infatuation. It's basically having the willingness to look at your heart and what makes your heart leap. What makes you happy? What fulfills your heart? What causes you to have passion? What causes you to have that joy or fulfillment? What are the things that you love? In some ways, this card is in reverse, so it's saying it's in shadow. It makes me ask the question, is there something that you're unwilling to look at in terms of your heart? Are you unwilling to consider what might make your heart happy? What might make your heart leap? And it might be interesting to see if you need to let some of the past go. Let these ghosts of the past go. Are you holding on to anything from the past that you need to sort of burn out with this spiritual fire that's available to you in order to connect with your desires and with your longing? That's what this card is about, because it's showing up for you. You've got this Cups energy showing up in the middle of the month. You just have to let this cycle go and let whatever patterns of thinking, that cycle needs to end, and you need to let go of that. Look up and out of yourself, and then there's all this heart energy available to you. I also see that you may be going on some sort of journey of recovery that might be hard for you at the end of the month, or you might be going to some sort of far off place or far land. This is Six of Swords, which is healing. Or this can also mean that healing is taking place under the surface because it's in the reverse position. This is a card that shows a person helping another person go from difficult waters to smoother seas, smoother horizons, and an easier place. So this could be you helping someone else, or it could be you getting help from someone else, or in some cases it's you helping yourself. The fact that it's in the reverse position says that this is happening under the surface. You're not necessarily aware of it or seeing it, but it's saying that travel, recovery, healing can be happening under the surface towards the end of the month. There's also this theme of being, cut off from others, feeling like you're out in the cold, feeling like a sense of loss, or feeling a sense of victimhood. But this Five of Coins is really a card of focus, and you can see that there's comfort available by this person who's dressed in this religious garb, and there's also this glowing light that's coming from inside the religious building. So it's really a card of spiritual focus versus the physical world. If you focus just on what's happening in the physical world, you may feel cut off, you may feel left out in the cold, you may feel victimized. But if you're able to connect with this spiritual world, there's riches that are always abundant and always available. That's the lesson of this Five of Coins card. So if you're feeling devastation or loss or something that you need to heal from, you may need to just change your perspective and help yourself out from stormy seas into a smoother horizon. It's available to you. You just have to be open and aware that it's just shift of focus. And then this is Page of Coins, which is willingness about money or willingness to receive something that has to do with the physical world, whether it's possessions or assets or values. It's putting yourself in a place to be willing to consider receiving something. Some people I know translate this as a job offer card, so it's putting yourself in a place to receive new money, or it's putting yourself in a place to receive possessions. Consider the possibility of what you want to receive or have. In the same way that this page is willingness of the heart and what you want, what you desire, what you choose, what you long for, this is Page of Coins, which is willingness to receive something. And it's in a position where, you know, you might be able to put yourself in a place to receive something at the end of the month, Pisces. Think about what you might want to receive, both physically or monetarily, and that's showing up for you. And then at the end of the month, it looks like you're going on a spiritual journey. This card normally represents your personal power, connecting with boldness and confidence, feeling like you've got the world in the palm of your hand. In the reverse position, it's somewhat saying that your personal power is in shadow, or that you're not connecting with it. And what I always say in this card is, are you being willing to receive help? In this card, it's a 2 card. It's 2 of Wands. So there's the person who's depicted, and then there's also the person who's helping them. I sometimes use the image of a mountain climber for this card. And what I usually say is, have you located this person too, who's able and willing to serve and help you? In the reverse position, I'm going to ask, is there a way in which you're refusing help and it's really diminishing your personal power? Both of these cards, 5 of Coins and 2 of Wands, and even to a certain extent this 6 of Swords cards, are all about receiving help. So I'm going to ask you to consider whether you can receive some help towards the end of the month, Pisces, in April, and see what that might look like for you. You might have something to gain monetarily from that, you know, even if it's help in applying for a job or putting yourself in a position to receive something that's an asset, money, possessions, that sort of thing. So that's my reading for you, Pisces, for April 2016. I hope you enjoyed it. Essentially, you know, you may need some time, some patience at the beginning of the month. See if you can employ some forgiveness and take some time to do some rest and relaxation. In the middle of the month, you have a lot of love coming at you. See if you can allow your heart to be open and consider what your heart wants. And towards the end of the month, put yourself in a place to receive some help, and you might end up benefiting monetarily from it, or allowing yourself to receive something of value that you're really going to want. So that's my reading for you, Pisces. If you enjoyed it, feel free to share, like, or subscribe. And as always, I just want to thank everyone for watching.